If you constantly find yourself in strained relationships or strained interactions between you and your spouse or between you and your children or your friend groups, coworkers, whatever, you have to ask yourself, are you putting yourself first or are you putting others first? Because I'll tell you, if you're putting yourself as number one priority in your own life, your relationships are destined to fail. Even Jesus says that the first two greatest commandments are to love the Lord your God and to love others as yourself. So, based on a commandment of God, and let me be clear about this, not a tip, not a mild suggestion, but a command of God, you should be putting yourself no greater than third place in your own life, or else you're destined to fail. Because God said so, it's a command of His. Let's put this into a little more context. Myself, if I have a wife and two kids, do you know what ranking that makes me as far as those relationships are concerned? That's right, I'm in fourth place. And that's very humbling to say out loud. That's very humbling to say if you realize the context of everything. But in order for those relationships to strive, you have to put others before yourself. It's such a basic tenet of humanity, and people don't want to admit to it. A lot of the messaging you see out in the world, commercials, TV shows, etc., tell you that you have to look out for number one, you have to take care of number one, or else you're a loser. But the truth is, if you are putting yourself number one above everyone else, you're a loser and you will come off as arrogant. You see somebody accepting an award or somebody goes into the Hall of Fame for football or basketball, and what do they always do in their speech? They thank the others that helped them get there. They give glory to God, they give glory to they give reverence to the coaches and the teammates and the family members and everyone that helped them get to where they are. Now, we think it'd be pretty crazy if somebody came and they said, well, I like to thank myself for everything. Like, can you imagine if Peyton Manning went to his football Hall of Fame speech and he said, I like to thank myself for blocking for myself, for throwing such accurate passes to myself, for running the ball myself, for coming up with the game plan and everything. And everyone in the audience would be like, well, what the heck is this dude talking about? Tony Dungy and them would be like, what is this guy talking about? Marvin Harrison would be looking like, is this guy serious? Whose man is this? In other words, what I'm getting at is when you put others before yourself, not only will things go a lot smoother in your dealings, your relationships, your parenting, your marriage, all those aspects, but you will more than likely get rewarded for it. I'm not going to make that promise, and I'm not going to tell you what the reward looks like. That's up to God to determine. But things will go a lot smoother for you. Another example, have you ever noticed that stadiums and hospitals, they're named after somebody based on their contributions to whatever that field is? They name stadiums after coaches and players who contributed to the game. They name hospitals after doctors, physicians that really helped the medical field. Maybe they made a big donation, or maybe they made some sort of advancement in medicine, whatever it might be. They never dedicate a memorial or a building or a hospital to somebody that only cared about themselves and try to collect as much money as they could. You ever notice that? The point I'm trying to get at here, in conclusion, is that take an examination of your relationships. Parental relationships, romantic relationships, marriage, everything. And if there's discord, if there's incongruence, first thing you want to rule out is, am I being selfish? Am I being immature and arrogant and only worrying and caring about myself? Okay? If you're doing all that, but let's say on the other side, the other person is being selfish or arrogant or whatever, that relationship, I would say with 99.9% certainty, is destined to fail. Because there has to be that humility to be able to put God first and to put others before yourself. Again, if you can't do that, the relationship is going to fail, guys. It's going to fail. I don't care how much money, how much stuff you put in front of it. I don't care if every commercial, advertisement, social media feed tells you that it's all about you and take care of number one. It is destined to fail unless you put others first. Please keep this in mind. Please get away from this cultural design in modern times of it's all about me, 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 me. I guarantee you'll fail. You'll always be miserable. You'll always be looking for something to fill a gap that only God can provide, because all you do is think about yourself. And then pretty soon people aren't going to want to hang out with you, deal with you, or have anything to do with you, because again, all you do is put yourself first. So please take an audit, take an evaluation of your relationships, how you deal with them. And if you're putting yourself as number one, and be honest with yourself, if you're always putting yourself as number one, truly, stop it. Best thing you can do, put God first, put others first. Now take care of yourself. That doesn't mean don't bathe and shower and take care of your basic needs and all that kind of stuff. But you should be asking, really, before you make a purchase, or before you sign up for something, or before you, even if you take a job, take employment, ask yourself, how does this affect my relationship with God? How does this affect the people that I love and care for? Those are the questions that you should be asking first and foremost. And some very ambitious people, by the way, you can still be ambitious with following all these rules, but there's some very self-centered, ambitious people that don't want to hear that. They're like, I got to proceed in my career. I got to move forward in this. I'm like, okay, but you're going to be lonely and you're going to be creating discord. So please think of God first, think of others before you think of yourself, and save yourselves a lot of headache in the future. That's all I got for you guys. God bless you. Peace.